Warren Buffett once mentioned that many Americans are living a nightmare rather than the American dream. These are hardworking people who've studied hard and attended every seminar, but they're still living on the edge, waiting for that next paycheck. A recent CNBC survey also confirmed that 58% of Americans live paycheck to paycheck. But wait a minute, what's keeping them broke? Now, here's where it gets interesting. It has nothing to do with how much or how little they earn. There are people out there earning minimum wage, but financially convenient. They've managed to build a six-figure stash and take care of their families like financial superheroes. On the flip side, others with six-figure salaries are basically living paycheck to paycheck. It's like they've got a hole in their wallets. Ever wondered how Warren Buffett got his fortune? Oh, did you think he had a wealthy dad, a high-paying job, or won a lottery ticket? No, none of that. He built his vast wealth virtually from nothing. When he started investing, he had less than $100 to his name. Can you believe it? That tiny seed had grown into a huge fortune of $122.2 billion, as estimated by Forbes today. Now, doesn't that strike a chord with you? It should. It means you can also pave your way to wealth if you follow the right path. However, a few things might be keeping you broke. According to Warren Buffett, the 5 major things keeping many in penury are: Number 1, zero balance thinking. Have you ever noticed that when you have some money left in your account, you always feel the urge to spend it simply because it's available? Well, that's what Warren Buffett calls zero balance thinking. Just because you have money in your account doesn't mean you have to spend it all. Imagine having $1,000 in your account. For many, that's an open invitation to go on a spending spree or plan a weekend get-together. After all, why let the money sit there untouched? Unfortunately, this mentality is the highway to financial struggles. If you make it a habit of completely exhausting your funds before thinking about controlling your spending, you're setting yourself up for long-term financial hardship. Just because you have $1,000 left in your account doesn't mean you should blow it all. Even if it's leftover cash from your previous purchases, you can do better than spend it. Saving is a smarter move. Remember, it's not about how much you have, but how wisely you use it. Despite being the 5th richest person in the world, Warren Buffett maintains a modest lifestyle that costs around $100,000 a year. Ironically, many average earners spend way more than him annually. That's crazy. If your annual income is about $200,000 and you spend everything, you'll always be broke. Similarly, even with an income of $500,000 a year, if all you do is exhaust it before the next paycheck, I'm afraid you will keep working for Uncle Sam. Number 2, payment traps. Businesses and marketing agencies understand human psychology, and cleverly enough, they leverage it to their advantage. They come up with irresistible deals, offering you multiple payment options with zero interest, and you feel too good about it, ordering everything at the snap of your finger. Hey man, keep going. Keep living the high life of your dreams. I've got your back. But when the bills and financial institutions start bombarding you with calls, be ready to face it alone. Obviously, you didn't know that while you were busy using your credit card to purchase the fancy couch, car, suit, and appliances, you were not living the dream. In fact, you were living a financial nightmare. Those promotional offers aren't there to help you but drain you. Those tempting payment plans are often disguised traps. They suck you in without realizing it. You get excited about the deal, but in the end, you end up paying way more than you would have if you saved up for it and bought it outright, or simply looked away. I think the underlying issue here is the average man's lack of discipline to live with the essentials. Do you know that many people currently have almost 10 monthly installment payments being deducted from their accounts? What? How do you intend to come out of this? Do not let these payment traps keep you in the broke lane. Even if you earn $50,000 a month, only buy what you genuinely need and can actually pay for. Here's another thing to avoid: multiplying liabilities. Warren Buffett, the renowned financial expert, is a staunch believer in the incredible power of compounding. He knows that your money can grow exponentially when you put it to work. It's like a snowball effect on your finances. But many people focus on multiplying the wrong things in their lives, and that's what's holding them back. Warren Buffett knows the difference between assets and liabilities. Assets are the things that put money in your pocket, while liabilities are the ones that suck money right out of your pocket. It's that simple. While those flashy things might look tempting and glamorous, they're not the treasures you should collect. Let me share a little story with you. Back in the day, a colleague and I did a presentation at work. Little did we know there was a big shot in the room. We gave it our all, and our efforts were applauded. As a token of appreciation, our manager handed each of us $250. Now guess what my colleague did with that money? He decided to buy a new pair of pants. Now, as for financially savvy me, I took a different route. I immediately stashed my $250 into my investment portfolio. I bought a few more stocks and let that money work its magic. While my colleague's money vanished that very day, mine was out there in the stock market, clocking in some serious overtime. If you can't tell assets from liabilities, and you're spending on liabilities instead of assets, you're setting yourself up for a lifelong financial struggle. To break free from this trap, focus on multiplying your assets and reducing your liabilities. Here's a rule you can use. The 5-to-1 rule. For every $5 you spend, make sure you invest $1. It's a smart way to ensure that your money isn't just flying out of your wallet, but is also working hard to secure your financial future. Closely related to this is another habit that can keep you perpetually broke. It is living a flashy lifestyle. Social media has become a tricky place for many people when it comes to money matters. It's like a graveyard for some people's finances. You see, the goal isn't to look rich, it's about actually being rich. To be truly wealthy, you need a solid financial foundation, which means focusing on acquiring assets. I learned this lesson early in life. While my friends were itching to buy flashy cars and live in big houses, I stuck with my old clunker of a car and shared a modest house with 2 pals. I resisted the temptation to keep up with the Joneses. Instead, I kept my eyes on building my investment portfolio. I'm not there yet, but I can proudly say I have 0 debt and a significant amount invested. I'm not sharing this to boast, but to make a point. When you grasp that wealth building differs from flaunting flashy things, you'll focus on what truly matters. You won't get caught in the whirlwind of spending that leaves you broke. And the last thing that keeps many broke is consumption and unfiltered spending. Many people tend to blame others for their financial struggles, but it's important to realize that no one forced you to buy things you didn't need. They merely advertised, produced, and packaged the goods, and you chose to purchase them. So, it's crucial to take personal responsibility for your spending habits and not point fingers at marketers or producers. To break free from the cycle of overspending, don't buy things you don't genuinely need. Focus on purchasing items you absolutely need and overcome the impulse to buy on a whim. One practical tip is to leave items in your cart for a night or a few days before making the purchase. This helps you determine whether you truly need the item or simply want it. It's a simple strategy to avoid falling into the spending trap that keeps you broke. The truth is, we'll always consume things. But instead of just consuming, you can elevate your finances by thinking about how you can also be a producer. This doesn't mean you have to manufacture staples or a rocket to be a producer. You need to start something that can generate more income and boost your financial well-being. It's about finding your own path to financial success. You can explore options like working extra hours at your job to earn a promotion or starting a side hustle, like freelancing or a micro business. These efforts will help you bring in more money than you're currently making, which you can use to purchase more assets and grow your wealth. According to Warren Buffett, growing wealth is a matter of choice. When you choose true wealth, you'll be prepared to take the necessary steps to help your wealth grow. I hope you found today's video insightful. Thank you, and see you in the next one.